Where is Nancy Guthrie? 84 years old and her Arizona home vanished. She is the mom of NBC's Today Show host Savannah Guthrie. Fox News confirming new information in the case. Listen to this. The last time Nancy Guthrie's pacemaker was synced with her Apple devices was Sunday morning, and investigators discovered blood inside her home. I'm Harris Faulkner. You are in the Faulkner Focus. The Pima County, Arizona sheriff confirming Nancy Guthrie may have been taken, kidnapped from her bed. But he has designated 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie's Tucson home a crime scene. They did that pretty early on, although no details why they suspect abduction. Here's the sheriff.
It is our belief she was removed from that home against her will. We're racing the clock here. The family has told us 24 hours without those meds could be fatal. And here we are at 30 plus hours if more. We never give up hope. We'll always be hopeful that we find her safe and sound. But there is a side of this that we just can't ignore when we see things in front of us.
Let's jump into the timeline now. Nancy Guthrie was last seen Saturday night around 9:30, 9:45 after a dinner with her family. Her church alerted the family when she did not show up the next morning for Sunday service. They then did their own search, we are told by the Sheriff's Department during that news conference we carried live during this hour yesterday. The family searched and then contacted police to report her missing. And the timeline there was between 11 and noon. They did their own. By noon, the Sheriff's Department was in. The sheriff will not rule out foul play in this case. We knew that very early on as you look at the timeline. And yesterday, he confirmed criminal activity at the home and also announced an abduction, possibly, of Nancy Guthrie. Former FBI Special Agent Nicole Parker is coming up with me in Focus. Let's begin with senior correspondent Alicia Acuna outside Nancy Guthrie's home in Tucson.
Hi, Harris. You mentioned that Fox News Digital reporting that pacemaker last synced with the Apple devices around 2 a.m. We also understand, according to Fox News Digital, that those Apple devices were still in the home, the Apple Watch still on its charger at the time. Keep in mind, this is the last time that Nancy Guthrie was seen was in the evening of Saturday when the family dropped her off at her home after dinner. Now, we want to give you a better idea of what this neighborhood looks like and a sense of where she lives. We are in the northeast part of Tucson in the Catalina foothills. Harris, I know you are very familiar with this area. You can see this area, which has many nice homes. It's also spaced out a bit when it comes to homes in proximity. We have been told that neighbors have been asked to turn any door camera footage into authorities, and we understand that is happening. Now, back here on the street, Harris, and with that in mind, I want to give folks a look at the street we're talking about. So you can see it's a beautiful street, lots of desert vegetation, a lot of cactus. What you can't tell is that there are actually quite a few homes, and that's by design. They're set into the back. What you also don't see, Harris, are lamps. You don't have lights here in the street. We were here at 3:30 this morning. It was pitch black. Part of that is local ordinance dealing with light pollution and such, but you really can't see anything. So the question is now, what do those door cameras hold? What were they able to see in the middle of the night in this already dark place? We will have to wait and see. One other thing, Fox Digital now confirming the Los Angeles Times reporting that there was blood found in the house. Fox News Digital now saying that it was just maybe a drop or two of blood just outside the home. We are still waiting for another update from the Sheriff's Department. Harris.
Look, I saw you taking that walk very early, starting out on Fox and Friends this morning, and I thought it was so important for you to mention that because after the sheriff spent a good amount of time during that news conference yesterday, just avid about how much they need technology and camera footage and check your ring bell and all of that. I thought about that. And I mean, the Skyline Drive area is pretty pitch black until the sun creeps up. I mean, there are not even a lot of security lights that are on unless you're moving around a lot. So otherwise, because there's so much wildlife up there, mountain lions and javelina, things would be going off suddenly. So you don't have that. They're positioned in such a way, the motion sensors for most homes, so that they don't keep going off. So even those cannot turn on lights repeatedly because of all the animal movement. It is a tough area to find someone in, but we'll continue to watch it to see if maybe she was taken outside that area. Alicia, great reporting today. Thank you. Nicole Parker, former FBI special agent, Fox News contributor, is with me now. There is a detail in this that I want to know about. So a pacemaker synced on Sunday morning. That was the last time that it was synced with Apple devices. The Apple devices, the charger that they were connected to, all still left in the home. The pacemaker, obviously, with Nancy, in Nancy. So what does this tell you in terms of the timeline?
This is a huge piece of evidence that has just been broken. And I think that that is what this case will come down to, is technology. And the fact that the pacemaker was no longer there and able to sync to the devices, that is extremely crucial. I think another thing that law enforcement will be looking at were there any other devices that were attempting to, when you go into an area and it says, would you like to sync to this Wi-Fi? I'm sure that they'll be checking to see if the intruder brought any of their own devices to see if anything hit routers, to see if they can backtrack in that way as well. But I think it's important to note victim selection in this case was extremely deliberate. This is not by chance. We know that the most vulnerable members of society are children and the elderly. And I just keep going back to, again, a very different case, a very different motive for sure. But Elizabeth Smart, she was, abducted from her home in 2002 in the dead of night, with her little sister present. This is obviously different. It's an elderly woman, though, who was also equally as vulnerable. We know that there are pictures of her with her sweet daughter, Savannah, with a walking cane. The individual knew that she did not have the ability to defend herself. She is an elderly individual. They are most vulnerable, and it is not by chance. And the fact that the home is in such an area where it is set back from the street, no street lights, very difficult for anyone to track if someone was there. They're set on an acre of land with vegetation surrounding them. It's not like the Brown case where Ring doorbell cameras can capture, things in a very more urban area. It's going to be difficult for law enforcement, but do not underestimate the power of over 1,000 leads and tips that have come into law enforcement. They will be checking license plate readers in the surrounding streets and areas, because remember, this woman was taken from her home and had to have been transported in some way. Maybe not the exact neighborhood. If they turned down the lights, there were no lights, not a lot of cameras captured it. But even the surrounding streets and neighborhoods, law enforcement will be checking every single surveillance camera in that area in that time frame. And now you have the 2 a.m. time frame that helps them narrow in on when this actually occurred.
Yeah, and I mean, when you talk about, and Alicia did such a great job of showing that all morning long, the recessed positioning of a lot of those houses, it does give you a beautiful look at they're in the Saguaro National Forest, just above where this is at North Campbell and Skyline Drive. So when you look at that, you can't see a neighbor's porch from a neighbor's porch, because everything is recessed back. And it is, I mean, these cacti are huge. These are not just baby ones that were built with new construction. And so all of that matters, because to keep an eye on each other as neighbors, you'd have to be on the street. Your last quick thought about just searching outside of this area. How does this work typically? Because they've been at this property. So what's next?
So what's next is they're, again, going to continue to pour through all of the evidence. The cell phone was there on site. Law enforcement will be going into that. We know that there was no ransom note left. There's no ransom demand based on what law enforcement has told us. And so, again, they will be relying on the tips of the individuals in the neighborhood, any cameras, license plate readers, and also interviews. We cannot underestimate the power of human intelligence in the interviews. Who were the caretakers? Who are the people, the pool person, the mailman, the pest control person? Who knew that she lived in this home by herself? We know that Savannah Guthrie had her mother on set with her on the Today Show, and recently in November was even in Tucson with her mother on air. Who knew that? Was Savannah herself the target of something? Was there someone who had a grievance with Savannah? We do not yet know that, but I do know for a fact that law enforcement is assisting. We've got FBI, CBP, local, state law enforcement, all hands on deck. And most of all, Harris, the power of prayer.
That's right.
She has begged and pleaded for prayer. And I'll tell you, I've used prayer so many times in my investigations. It matters.
It does matter. You and I have talked about it. It matters in every facet of life, but particularly when something has gone so gravely wrong. As far as we know, they will find her. But right now, we don't know. Nicole, thank you. There's been a development as well. 11:30 Arizona time, 1:30 p.m. Eastern time, because there's just a 2-hour difference this time of the year. They haven't kicked up to being a 3-hour difference. Usually it's that, but they don't observe daylight saving there. So at 11:30 a.m. Arizona time, the Sheriff's Department now is going to give a brand new news conference and an update.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.